You know who it is. What's up with the G's, the Radas, the homies, the motherfuckers that are trying to change their life. Hope everybody's blessed. Hope everybody's Thanksgiving was blessed. You got to share it with your loved ones, your family. It was a beautiful adventure yesterday with my family, man. Reminiscing with, my brothers and just thinking about when we were kids, and my sister. But I hope everybody was blessed. So last video I was mentioning where, everything started from. I started understanding separation between, different areas in Denver, from the east side to the west side, and how some motherfuckers just, they have some kind of feeling towards different neighborhoods and different, sectors and, different hoods and shit. And, I started understanding that there was a separation. I never seen it before. Long story short, I made, I had brought up the Bottle Brothers and how, I kind of got the heads with the dude Joseph a Bottle, but got jumped, and it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. So anyways, I started pretty much, rolling with my cousins. My cousins started pulling up over there, actually. And them little motherfuckers that, the Bottle Brothers, they were kind of, in the process of moving out over there. They didn't really come out, but they move out over there. And I started going with my cousins. I being defiant, and I started going with my cousins a lot because at that time they were like the only father figures I really had, male role models, so and I was like, yeah, cuz this is what it is. I go to a school over there at that time, and it was called the Denver Street School. And it was a school for expelled people. I got kicked out of school. And I started going to that school, and it was Denver Street School, Westwood Academy. There's two campuses, and one of the campuses where I went to was in the west side, and there's a campus on East Colfax by, Smiley's laundry shop, and Downing and Colfax, for anybody that's in Denver knows where that area is. But I didn't go to that school. I went to the one that was closer to my mom's house, and it was Denver Street School. Wow, everybody in that school pretty much was from the west side too, and I already had, a feeling towards how motherfuckers was over there. But in that school, you had motherfuckers, doing their thing, thinking they in their prime, motherfuckers that are in higher grades, and they're, from the west side. And there was this motherfucker named Nick. And supposedly I heard that fool got smoked after, getting out of school, and he got smoked. He's no longer here no more. But he was supposed to be from the west side, and he was like a rapper fool, but he kicked with the little blood fools from, this hood called CMG, Chicano fools. And they was bloods. I guess they were tied in. So how I talked, because I took on the lingo of my cousins and everything, from the east side was cuz this and what's up, Loke? I'm saying east side, everything was that. I started talking like that. That's just how I talked because it was around me, and I adapted to that shit. Even before I went over there to the west, that's just how motherfuckers talked from the east side. And that's how I dress motherfuckers, like, what you say, cuz? Or, yeah, that's what's up, cuz. He didn't like that shit. So me and him, one day when I'm in that school, we have pretty much a altercation at, the lunchtime, and he has some kind of bad taste in his mouth. So we in the middle of class, and this is in the middle of class. I'm doing my homework, and I look up, and he said like his row was like two rows separated from mine, and he looks up, and he's just like kind of mugging. He's like, fuck the cheat side. And as soon as he said that, I stood up and I stole on cuz. Boom, boom. We start fighting in the middle of class. Boom, boom, boom. He catches me, I'm catching him. And then all of a sudden, the security runs up, because there were security guards in that motherfucking school. They break us up, and I'm like, fuck you, bitch ass fool. This is the east side. What's up? So I'm already, I'm already fucking pretty much putting that out there, because my cousins, and I felt like there was a loyalty to my cousins. So anyways, we get suspended. Me and that fool both get suspended. It's for a week. We come back to the school, and I know there was tension. There was still tension in the air with Nick and a couple of his homies. And you got to understand, at the moment, I really by myself. I'm really going to that school by myself. So I don't have homies over there, and I just started over there. My cousins hear about that shit, and they're like, oh, we're heading up to your school. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. Because I told them, and they heard about that shit. And I was like, yeah, these West Side fools is tripping, when my cousins got mad. So the day I go back, I'm chilling in class and it's like about to be let out, and I hear like a system outside the window, bro. And in Denver Street School, it was like 2 stories, but you could look out the window and you could see the parking lot. And I looked out, and sure enough, it was 2 carloads of my cousins, and they were fucking they were super out there, and they were just all super deep. And everybody's like, who's these motherfuckers? Like, who are these fools? And I started laughing, like, yeah, because my cousins is over here, you bitch ass fools. Like, and I already had this badass taste. So I was like, yeah, cuz you fools are done now. Fuck you fools. And soon as the bell rang, bro, I got up, got my shit, went out there. My cousins are tripping. They're tripping on the whole school. I go to my cousins like, what's up, cuz? And they're like, who are these fools? Well, Nick and his homies come out the motherfucking school, and I'm like, it's them bitch ass fools. Well, they see me talking to them fools, and then my cousins kind of walked up and got in the car and drove like where the entrance of the school, and this fool Nick and his homies take off like some bitch ass fools. And I was like, it was a power trip. Like, yeah, cuz this is what it is. I'm literally starting to fuck with my cousins, cuz this is what it is, Big East Side. Like, it gave me a power trip. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is what I'm putting my heart, and I'm signing on the dotted line. Fuck these fools. And I told my cousins, you know, like, this is what it is. I'm gonna start riding with you motherfuckers. He was like, yeah, you need to, because you're our little cousin. Really, to tell you the truth, in my family, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You're cursed since birth. Like, that's what it is. Everybody, every male is a part of some hood aspect of my family. So you're kind of cursed. It's a generational thing, man. So, and these are the only father figure I have. So I'm like, yeah, extra, because I owe my loyalty to my cousins. Like, because those motherfuckers are going to ride for me, and they're going to come when I need them motherfuckers. Like, if it ain't for them, I could have been fucking jumped on a daily basis, hurt. So I felt like my loyalty to them motherfuckers was very, very mandatory. So at this time too, I'm starting to, you know, be a motherfucker that's out there and partying and shit. And my family, like the east side where I'm from, it's project housing. So my family own project housing. They live in the projects, and the projects where we're from go from 25th in Arapaho all the way to 33rd in Arapaho. And it's like blocks of projects. Like, and when I say project housing, it's, you know, bricks. And it goes all the way for like 25th in Arapaho all the way to 33rd in Arapaho, and it's whole blocks of just projects, you know. And I start going to my grandma Mickey's, because I got a grandma Mary over there and a grandma Mickey, both rest in peace. I start going over to their houses a lot, man. And in their projects, when you go out there, you know, you come outside and there's people all throughout the projects. But at this time, it was a gang infested. So when you come out to them projects, it was just motherfuckers outside, all the gangbangers, they're shooting dice. You see fools always fighting in their projects. First situation I really seen that was just like, oh, it's real. Some fool got killed in the projects, and they had the white, you know, the white sheet over the body, and they're like, oh, he got killed. And I'm just like, damn, cuz shit is crazy over here, you know? The heart of the east side's crazy. But it was always, you go out there and, you know, you have friends in the projects, and it's like you build them relationships, and everything over there was, you know, Crip and Blue Rags and what's up, cuz? And it was just like you were drawn to that shit. So, you know, that's what I fell in love with. And I knew my cousins was, you know, involved with that shit, because on 27 Arapaho, you know, it was the same shit. But my family had property on 27 Arapaho. Like, they had a corner store, they had fucking housing that they own and shit. So we were already embedded in the hood. My family was already embedded in the hood. And you know, that's what it is. So I started going to the east side every fucking week. Every time I could get to the east side, I was over there, because that's just where I felt comfortable. And I hated the west side. I hated being in the west side. So the shit that sent me over the edge, though, just like made me be a numb individual. Later down the road, you know, through all that shit, they catch my dad slipping on 30th and Arapaho, and this changed my life forever, man. They shot that fool in the back of the head, murdered that fool, you know what I'm saying? And this is the time I was getting close to my pops, because he just got out the penitentiary, and they killed that fool. And I remember how much that broke me as an individual, and how much hatred it made me have towards motherfuckers. Like, and then the rumor is, you know, it was motherfuckers from the other side. So that put hatred in. Ever since that, I just had this fucked up demeanor in life, like anything could get taken away from you. And I just didn't give a fuck. Like I went numb from that point. And when that happened, bro, like I saw my line all the way to the neighborhood, because the first motherfuckers that came and picked me up was my older cousins, and we went straight to where shit was cracking, and we went street sweeping, and those were the first motherfuckers that really answered the call. And I was like, yeah, cuz this is what it is. This is the hood. So I got quoted to the turf, cuz I got quoted to the turf off the simple fact is they took an abhorrent figure from me. And you know, it was just like I knew the world was cold-hearted, and I knew I needed my camp. So, long story short, you know, that's what cracked off, man, and that's expired to, you know, how I actually became who I came with the gang. You know, that incident, I already knew what it was, and I already had the hatred from living for where I am and just seeing the separation. But that was the dividing line of me getting quoted to the turf. Because those were the first motherfuckers that came when serious shit had popped off, and I seen them no questions asked. Like they just picked me up out of nowhere, and we went straight to where, you know, the word was he got killed, and we started street sweeping, and we started hitting every house. Like, did you hear this and did you hear that? And after that, cuz it was just wild Denver gang banging, and that's what it is, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the story. It got intense after that. I'm gonna continue this little adventure, man. I appreciate everybody that taps into the video, and we gonna go from there, man. You know what it is, your Savage Ev. Y'all stay blessed. Stay tuned to the next video. Let's go.